Hi guys, this is Derek here from Pacific Coast Auto, and today we're taking a look at a 1990 Nissan Skyline GTS-T. Now if you just look at this car right now, it kind of looks like a GTR, and that's because this one has been made up to look like a GTR, even though it's a GTS-T. This one's got 160,000 kilometers on it, and true to the GTS-T, it's got the 2-liter RB20 engine in it. Now you'll notice that the inside of the engine bay is a red color, whereas the outside of the car is this gunmetal. It has been repainted in the GTR's color, the gunmetal gray. Now, the repaint was probably done fairly recently because the body is in pretty much perfect condition, and so all of the little scratches and dents would have gone away at the same time that they painted it. The condition of the paint seems to be pretty good. There is a little bit of paint wave as you usually get when you repaint a car, but since it was all painted at the same time, you don't have any troubles with blend lines or things like that. Now 160,000 kilometers for Japanese standards is rather on the higher side, except this one's going to the USA, where 160,000 kilometers is roughly 100,000 miles and is generally not considered that high. It seems to me like the engine is running very well, doesn't seem to have any troubles with that, and it looks like it's been maintained fairly regularly recently. And so let's just take a peek at this. We've got Aftermarket Air Filter by Blitz, Cusco strut tower bar. Timing belt was changed in 2013 December at 132,585. You've got an alternator that's shinier than it usually is, signifying that's probably been changed recently. And the oil and the coolant and everything checks out. Now typically we would be doing these reviews in our own lot, but today the lot is very full. Take a look, it's too full to fit any more cars in there, and so we have to do them on the street here. Okay, so just a quick look at the car here. Now it does look like a GTR. Let me just show you the GTR parts before we go over the auction sheet. First off, we've got GTR grille here and GTR front bumper, actually the Nismo version of the front bumper, so it's got those extra ducts in it. These lights here are actual Nissan items, but they are an option. And take a close look here. The hood is the GTS-T hood that has been cut to make it look like the GTR hood. So the GTR hood usually has a bigger bulge here and stops here, whereas the GTS-T comes down all the way to here. It's got like this flat section here, and so modified hood, not replaced to the GTR version of it. Okay, we do have GTR side skirts here. And the GTR wing. Aftermarket wheels. And they are a work wheel, so they're an official brand name wheel, but they are a pretty old style of work wheel, different from what you would consider today as a flashy wheel. These ones would be considered fairly normal, I would say. Look at the brakes here. These are GTS-T brakes, and I'm sorry, GTS-T Type M brakes. The Type M is the big brakes, in case you didn't already know that. And the center caps are missing here for those. Oh, and sunroof. Pretty nice to have these on the Skylines because not very common, and they don't come on the GTRs. Anything else back here? These spats here, I don't know. They kind of look like GTR ones, but I think there are a couple of different ones, so I'm not going to act like the authority when I don't really know. Anyways, so let's take a look at this. It's a 1990 Skyline GTS-T Type M. This is an auction grade 3.5, and the interior is a grade C. 159,004 kilometers, and it still has registration actually until 2017 June, so we could drive this on the streets here in Japan still. 5-speed manual condition, sunroof, power steering, power windows, GTR Nismo front bumper, and these are the official parts too. GTR front grille, GTR rear spoiler, aftermarket exhaust, aftermarket 16-inch wheels, aftermarket suspension has been lowered, and aftermarket steering wheel. So these are all written by the seller, auction. Okay, so auctioned by the user, or purchased from the user, basically dealer trading. Fog light, tower bar, what's this? Kinoko. Oh, this is funny actually. When I actually translated this one for the customer, I was like, Kinoko. Kinoko means mushroom. And I don't know when I saw this, I was like, why would they write mushroom on here? And Paul said probably HKS mushroom filter, but as you could see, it was a cone style filter, it wasn't mushroom, so I still don't know what they were talking about. 2013 December 5th at 132 blah 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 kilometers, the timing belt was changed. Aero parts, sunroof doesn't work. Looks like it's been completely sealed. If you take a look at it closely, this seal around it is not how it normally looks, and so probably we had a broken or leaky sunroof that was permanently sealed closed. You can still see through with the glass, but you won't be able to open that. Okay, CD player, owner's manual, spare key, and electric door mirrors. They all have that, so nothing special about it. So dashboard comes up, as is the case with all GTRs or GTS-Ts. You can kind of see it a little bit there. They come up in two places, there and here. I'll show you more when we get to the interior. Steering wheel wear, interior dirty, door trim is ripped, color changed car, so paint wavy. Come on, don't be windy today. Okay, wheel center caps are missing, various scratches and dents. Right front glass, door glass scratched. Right door glass scratched. Let's have a look at that. Okay, so we've got track scratches here in it. You would be able to polish that out of the glass. If it were my car, I would probably take it apart and replace the regulator, because it looks like something in there is rubbing, and it's going to come back after you polish the glass. Okay, we talked about that for a lot, and so let's just do the once around of the car here. GTS-T is a great car, actually. The GTRs are fantastic cars. But one of the problems with the GTS-T is a lot of people think, wow, that's not a GTR, it's not cool. And that's just that's a bad attitude. And I won't stand for that. The GTS-Ts are fantastic cars. They're not as fast as the GTR, but they are a different feel. And you can't complain with a 200-ish horsepower rear-wheel drive turbocharged car, especially one with an RB engine in it and classic, nice early 90s looks. I suppose you could call it a late 80s look, but in my mind 80 is more about the boxiness of like the R31. This is kind of new generation. Anyways, so there's the body. You can see the paint is in good condition. It's been waxed, and so the rain beads on it. Actually, we've already shot the full report of this car. Paul did it yesterday when it wasn't raining, and today I'm just coming here to get the YouTube version of the video, and so that's why it's raining. This is the only day that I have to do this, actually, because the car's going out tomorrow. Okay, so here's the rips that they were talking about in the door card. Aftermarket steering wheel. Now the original steering wheels on this car, they peel like crazy, and so it's very uncommon to find one with the original steering wheel, and in fact the original seats too, just because a lot of people sporty drive these cars and they want something that's a little bit sportier. The seat's in good shape, but underneath here is a little bit of, like, the foam has deteriorated, but the rest of the seat is fine, and you'll tend to see that right on here more than anything, because this is where it moves when you get in and out of the car. Okay, you get blue gauges for the GTS-Ts. It's cool. There's the lift in the dashboard. And the lift in the dashboard actually causes these to crack. It is deformed a little bit right here, you can see, but no cracks in them. And so, win on that. Aftermarket CD player. Looks like a little bit of deformation here. I'm listening to the sound of the exhaust, and it is coughing a little bit. Pardon me. I'm not sure because I didn't do the report on that, but rest assured the customer gets their full report of the car. Doesn't sound like anything is wrong. It just sounds like the car says, nobody's been driving me for a really long time and I really want to get driven, and so please let me stretch my legs. Here's something, I'm going to mention this. The GTR seats are better than the GTS seats, the GTS-T seats, for this reason. So the GTR seats, you've got 3 settings here. You can do full upright, your choice, and then full down. And regular seats on most cars, including this one, have like 8 different choices here for your seat. And the reason why the GTR is better is because the second one in, you get to set with a knob like this to exactly what you want, and then when you pull this up, your friends get into the back, and then you push it back, it's exactly where you want it. Whereas with this one, you have to set it every single time that you let someone in the back, which is incentive not to let anyone in the back seat of your car. Which I guess could be a good thing. Maybe that's why the back seat interior is always in good shape in these. Okay, headliners are a little bit dirty, but in the proper shape, so that's good. You got GTR floor mat here and there. And we don't rev the engine here because the neighbors are going to hate us and we want to get along with them. Looks like a slight crack was repaired here and a little vent was closed up over there. Sunroof, you can still open that, so that's good. I don't want to press the buttons for fear of it going. This is separated a bit. Okay, there was a turbo timer in there. There it is. Hello. And pedal covers. Woo! Okay, so that's going to be the end of this video here. Hope you enjoyed seeing yet another R32 that's going to the USA here on the channel. So if you have any questions, please post them in the comments. And other than that, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks a lot, and have a nice day.